Good evening and welcome to the Mariners EPS 2019. It is the T20 leg of the competition and it's game 2 today between SG Crimsons and SG Crescents. We're coming to you live from the Indian Association Cricket Ground in Balestier Road. It's another beautiful day for cricket, and if you're anywhere nearby, do come down and catch the live action. Let's have a look at the wicket on where the action's going to be taking place. It's looked like a nice consistent wicket for T20 cricket. Early on with the new ball, it'll assist the bowlers a little bit, but the batsmen, if they're willing to invest with patience, with the quick outfield, will get value for their shots. Later on, as the spinners come into the game, it'll take a bit of turn and grip. But I wouldn't be surprised if the team winning the toss will decide to have a bat first. Join you shortly with the toss. Two captains. So Carabo can stand here and Manpreet over there, and then the two umpires.
Yeah.
That's the camera.
Well, you see this head and number is tails. So you spin.
Crimsons will be throwing the toss. And Crescent
Tails. Tails is the ball. It is.
what will it be?
We'll have a bowl today.
What is the reason behind wanting to bowl first?
Firstly, the pitch doesn't look quite as shiny and hard as it did the other night, but also strategically, I think we did well. That's why we're trying to keep up the momentum we had there.
Good win the other day. What are you looking to restrict the Crescents to?
A similar total will do, about 130, 135. If they do that, then we'll back ourselves to chase it.
Any changes to your side?
No, we're going on with the same team.
Good luck for the game. Manpreet, what do you have done?
Obviously, I was gonna bat first, so finally I got first in this tournament. I'm gonna batting first, so it feels nice actually.
Your T20 game, the competition. How's the side looking?
Yeah, it's first game for the T20. Side looking good, pretty aggressive as well. So it's look good.
What are you going to look at setting as a total in the first innings?
We're trying to get 180 on the board, so it will be good for us in the bowling side also.
For the game.
Thank you very much.
There you have it. The Crimsons have won the toss and elected to have a bowl. We'll join you shortly with the live commentary.
Singapore, let's play! Singapore, let's play! Singapore, let's play! Singapore, let's play!
आवाज आ रही है?
We are ready to get underway here live. The Crimsons winning the toss and electing to have a bowl. And the openers for the Crescents walking in. Looks like it's Surendra Chandramohan and Aritra Ditra, two very attacking batsmen. And it looks like Tafara Chingwara from the Serangoon Road end. And I'm joined by my co-commentator. Mo, welcome to the Combox.
Thanks, Jamal. And I hope this game is not as one-sided as the previous one. The last time round, for listeners who were watching, it was as one-sided as it gets, with the Crimsons winning by as many as 9 wickets, and the Stars could only muster up 125. The Crimson got there easily with 9 wickets to spare. 131, I beg your pardon. Hope this one gets a little bit tighter than that, Jamal.
Yes, I think the Crescents opening pair, if they can do anything about it, would be looking to get the team off to a good start, and they'll be looking for a total in excess of 160 runs. It looks like the familiar Opening bowler Tafara Chingwara from the Serangoon Road end for the Crimsons.
And can't wait to see Chingwara in action once again. It was so much fun to watch him the last time around when he got the first breakthrough for the Crimsons. The batsman from the other side, Arjun, eased the first ball, a loosener if you remember, Jamal. After that, Chingwara didn't like it. It was digging it in short, and he was at the batsman's body. This is going to be very, very interesting.
Right, here we go. Yeah, I did have a good look at the wicket. Carabao Motlanka seems to be thinking it's a good idea to win the toss and bowl first on this. Let's see how the Crescents respond.
And that formula worked for them last time around, right?
Here we go, first ball, pulled, skied. Oh,
Dropped it.
that was a tough chance, but should have been taken. First ball seemed to be also throwing it back wildly and giving some overthrows. So the Crimsons should have had their first wicket, but instead ends up conceding 2 runs.
And the fielder at fine leg should be really disappointed with that, because that was not that difficult a chance. He got underneath that, got his hands to it, and then couldn't wrap his hands around it. That would be disappointing for the Crimsons.
Yeah, Vinod Paskran, usually a very good fielder. Aritra lucky to get away with it. Once again tucked away to deep square leg. As he settles down to the non-strikers end. Yeah, Aritra is a bit of a compulsive hooker and puller. Tafara Chingwara testing him up, first up. And immediately
That's one leg.
got the top edge, but could not
So bowler
capitalize.
coming right arm over to you. 4 to come.
And the new ball tends to skid
little
through a
away.
little bit faster, and the
Center.
batsman a little late on the pull. But Chingwara does have the tendency to dig it in short, and if he's met by a batsman who's prepared to hook and pull, that makes for thrilling cricket. But the batsman on strike is Surendran. He likes the ball to be pitched up to him, likes to take a swing at it. I get the feeling that Chingwara is going to tuck Surendran up and not give him too much room. There you go.
Spot on, Mo. Good call. Yeah, I mean, they are used to a certain pace while they're playing their Premier League games here in the Singapore competition. But their opposition at this EPS is of an entire class altogether different.
Surendran is practicing the pull shot. I just wonder if he has the time and the quality and the class to pull a bowler of Chingwara's pace. Let's wait and see. What do you think, Jamal? You think he plays the pull shot well of the quick bowlers?
Look, Surendra Chandramohan, once he's set, he tends to play the pulls and the cuts. But early on in the innings, he likes to loft it straight. And Tafara has not given him any deliveries where he could free his arms. Been tucking him up, bowling it into his rib cage. It's a good contest.
Just watch Surendran's technique, Jamal. What he does is lifts his left leg a little bit just before the ball is delivered. And if you recollect, Shane Watson of Australia used to do that. And it's a very similar technique where the left leg comes up as soon as the ball is delivered, and it's a trigger movement to go get onto that front foot and loft it straight. And very reminiscent of Shane Watson.
Yep, it seems to have worked for him in the past, so he seems to be sticking to that technique.
Wide ball.
First extras. Surendra Chandramohan backing away. Tafara feeling a bit unlucky. The ball seemed to have seamed away after it had passed the batsman. But the man that matters the most seems to have thought otherwise. Wide signalled.
It's not a bad idea on Surendran's part to step back and away, because if he can get the ball over third man, there's no one there. Chinwara is hitting the deck hard. If he can play the uppercut, there's going to be a lot of value for that shot. It's well bowled.
Yes, that was a good delivery. Tafara making the adjustment, understanding Surendran's movements, looking to trap him in front. At the end of the first over, the Crescents are 5 for the loss of no wicket. Good first over.
Go on boundary or you okay there? It's in here, it's out there. You want water?
It looks like Kenneth Weisfer marking his run up from the Balestier Road end. Bowled very well the other day. He's up against Aritra Ditra. He'll be looking to score some runs in this outing. A very good consistent batsman, has been in form, and he's received his share of luck the very first delivery he faced, so he will be looking to capitalize.
And Vaisva has this distinctive ability to get the ball to move in the air and off the track away from the batsman.
Starts off with a wide. These extras needs to be managed, and it will make a difference in the final equation. The Crimsons have been guilty of giving a fair few extras away. I'm sure the coach will be looking at that as well. Karabea Motlanka, the Botswana captain today, captaining the Crimsons in the absence of Janak Prakash.
I think Vaisva is the kind of bowler against whom Surendran wouldn't mind having a go, because it's just the right pace for a batsman like him. He also likes to get onto the front foot and hit the ball in the V. And that's out. This time he makes no mistake.
There we go. Kenneth Weisfer striking straight away for the Crimsons. Bowls a little leg cutter. Draws Aritra into that lofted on drive. And he perishes. The Crescents have lost their first wicket. The long on was back. And Aritra seems to have not taken that into the equation. The ball holding up in the surface a little bit. A very good catch there.
So yeah, Aritra was riding his luck, and this time round the fielder at long on was right under it.
Manoj Yadav collecting that catch safely, making good ground, keeping his eye on the ball and completing the catch. And it looks like Shahrukh Dar been sent in at number 3. I think it's important to give yourself a few deliveries, work it around, understand the pace and the behavior of the pitch before you do actually tee off.
And if you notice, Jamal, on both occasions, Aritra Datta had a go at the very first ball.
Kenneth Weiswa straight away, pulling the length back a bit and hitting this pitch hard.
And for the Crimsons, these two new ball bowlers yet again delivering the early breakthroughs. So important to get the opposition on the back foot early on.
It's wonderful to see for this tournament. Played in Singapore, a Ugandan and a Zimbabwean opening the bowling, Pakistani on the Strike.
Not out.
Once again, little leg cutter deceives him in pace. It also deceives the wicket keeper, with the bye being considered there. Two batsmen scampering through for a single. A direct hit, but Surendra Chandramohan seemed to have got in safely.
So it's the second over. Three balls done in the second over, 3 balls to go, and I suspect Surendran would be looking at this bowler with interest. He's right up his alley. The Chingwara was a little on the shorter side and not exactly to Surendran's liking, but Vaiswa is pitching it up, and that's when his eyes really light up.
Because both teams have teammates that do play regularly together, so know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Once again, Kenneth Vaiswa going to his trusty leg cutter. Karabau Motlanka doing the fielding there. Short cover. There seems to be a long on and a deep square leg as the two fielders employed protecting the boundaries. Shahrukh Dar doing a little bit of gardening. Surendra Chandramohan tonks it to long on.
No boundaries hit so far. It's 8 for 1 of 1.5 overs.
This is poor keeping. What should have been a dot ball. 4 byes conceded. The Crimsons would not be happy with this. Once again, Kenneth Vaiswa bowling a leg cutter. The wicketkeeper didn't seem to have picked that one up early. The Crescents benefit. At the end of 2 overs, 12 for the loss of 1 wicket.
To be fair to the keeper, that kissed the turf and went along the ground, but he should have had his body behind it.
Absolutely, Mo. Wicket keeping is a thankless job, especially on conditions such as these. You need to have your eye on the ball. Surendra Chandramohan checking his guard as he prepares to face Tafara Chingwara from the Serangoon Road end. This should be interesting. It's a good short ball. The plan seems to be to pin Surendra on the crease. The field is set for that with a deep backward square leg and a deep third man for the top edge. This is a good bit of bowling. He's not conceding deliveries in Surendra's favorite area for him to tee off.
Absolutely spot on, Chamal. As you can see, Chingwara is not pitching it up, which is really Surendran's strength in hitting zone. He likes to go straight in front of the wicket, but every time he's bowled to Surendran, he's tucked him up for room, and he's been at his body. So clearly there's a plan behind the way the Crimsons are approaching their task. Looks to be paying off yet again. These two new ball bowlers have got them off to a strong start.
Yes, good execution of the plans here. Shahrukh Dar takes strike. Oh dear, Shahrukh Dar really throwing the kitchen sink at that one. Tafara Chingwara taking the pace off it. Yeah, I did have a chance to speak to the Crescents coach, Ahmadullah Khan there. Seemed to think it was a good toss to have lost. I think 150 plus on this wicket will be very challenging for the chasing side. But the batsmen at the crease right now need to go about this intelligently.
And after the last match, Jamal, I'd say 150 is about the minimum you need to defend on this track or in this ground. Because the outfield's very quick, and the batting side gets in. There's a lot of value for the shots.
The wicketkeeper didn't know much about that. Once again, Tafara beating the outside edge. Shahrukh Dar looking to glide that one to third man. Looks like Chetan Suryavanshi from backward point, giving a few words of advice and encouragement to the young wicketkeeper. Chetan himself a very good wicketkeeper. Chingwara getting every bit of bounce out of this Indian Association track, really bending his back. Shahrukh Dar would feel he missed out on that one.
Chingwara's got to be careful to direct that bouncer and get the right line, because even if it's a top edge, you can fly past third man. Third man is in the circle. So that could be in runs for the taking for the batting side. So the line has got to be right.
Steve over.
At the end of 3 overs, the Crescents 13 for the loss of 1 wicket. Right, the Crescents would be looking to establish some momentum in these innings. Kenneth Weiswer would be looking to stall any momentum as he pulls away from the Balestier Road end.
And this is when Surendran has got to be careful, because he would see Weiswa as a bowler he can get at. There he goes, first ball, trying to hit him over cover.
Yeah, this is not very intelligent batting, to be honest. They're trying to hit the cover of the ball. Need to assess the conditions of the wicket. Need to punch the ball into the gaps and then look to put the loose ball into the boundaries. These are quality bowlers. They are not going to give you much away. Immediately there's a change in the field. The mid-off drops down. The fine leg comes up.
There's a long on and a long off for Surendran.
Surendra plonks it to long on. Kenneth Weiswer, he seems to have had this problem with the front foot right throughout. Now bowling his first no ball. He'll concede a free hit. Change in the field because the batsmen have crossover for a single. Let's see whether this will enable Shahrukh Dar to free the shackles and get some momentum into his batting.
Jamal, almost a replay of the last match. It was around the same time when he bowled a no ball. And that's when the batsman got that release shot over cover for 6, if you recollect.
Yes, Shinde was able to put away the full toss. On this occasion, Kenneth Weisfer bowls a dot ball. And once again, Shahrukh Dar really throws the kitchen sink at it. I think the Crescents are missing a trick here, and they're conceding far too many dot balls off deliveries, which could otherwise easily be glided to third man. Third man region is vacant, either for a single or on this occasion even for a boundary.
Shahrukh lost his shape on the shot, if you notice, and Weisberg did well to pitch it on the block hole.
Once again, another no ball. The captain is not going to be pleased with this. Kenneth Weisfer, experienced cricketer, Ugandan international. And the umpire seems to think he has overstepped by quite a bit. He's marking his run up again. This could have a negative impact on the fielding unit. Bit of frustration building, because the Crimsons would consider themselves on top at the moment. So it's empirical that Kenneth Weisfer does not give away these easy runs in the form of extras. Change the fielding, the long on's been brought up, and a sweeper cover being sent back. That was a good delivery. Good pace on it, good late swing. I'll tell you, the Indian Association grounds looking a picture at the moment. Crowds building up. Beautiful weather for cricket. If you're anywhere nearby, definitely should come down here. Grab some excellent food, chilled beers, and watch the live cricket. The Crescents are looking to get on with it here.
I think, Jamal, these two bowlers have been a bit too good so far.
Yes, they have been expertly executing the changes in pace and also putting the balls in the right areas and not allowing the batsman to get settled into any sort of predictable line and length.
And as we saw in the last game, there is very little attempt to get the ones and the twos. It's either block or try and hit the ball out of the park.
I mean, this was a short ball outside off stump. There's no slips in place. The third man's inside the 30. All Surendra need to do was glide it for 4. But he seemed to be adamant on hitting it absolutely over the covers. I think it's important they understand the conditions and the field being set and learn quickly. That's the shot he's been looking for all night, and he connects. Looks magnificent. Dances down the track and deposits Kenneth Weisfer over the covers into the boundary for 4. The Crescents 21 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 4 overs.
Yeah, so this is when Surendran is at his best, when the ball is up to him, when he's driving. And this time he made absolutely no mistake with that cracking cover drive over the fielder's head.
There seems to be a change in the bowling from the Serangoon Road end. Looks like Rohan Rangaraj, the young off spinner, coming on. He did an excellent job the previous game, back in the Man of the Match award.
And I sometimes wonder, Chamal, if his folks named him Rohan after Rohan Bholalal. If listeners can guess who I'm talking about. Rohan Bholalal is none other than the great West Indian middle-order batsman Rohan Kanai. I wonder if his folks have named him after Kanai.
Quite well be. Played excellently in the previous game. Let's see how he goes here. Hits it straight up in the air. First ball gets the wicket for his team. I'm telling you, Shahrukh Dar will be very disappointed. That was a wide ball. Had he let it go, chases it and only manages to give the simplest of catches to Tafara Chingwara.
And as you said, Jamal, without getting a good look at the bowler,
One was outside line.
it was the very first ball, and he took a swipe at it and made very, very poor contact.
I think the pressure that they built up for themselves have made them do some silly things. That ball did not deserve a wicket, but in the end, the Crescents
Hey guys,
gifting
match
one
point,
away.
guys.
That brings Manpreet Singh, the skipper of the Crescents, to the middle. I think that'll do the Crescents a whole world of good, because it gets him out there nice and early and will also allow him to control the innings. What I noticed is that all three bowlers seem to have generated a wicket-taking opportunity off their very first
Batsman, come
ball.
on, man.
Absolutely, Jamal, and we have to wait and see what tactics Surendran employs against the spinner, because that's his strength. He's big hitting against the spinners, but if they lose one more wicket, all the pressure is on the Crescents.
Yes, Surendra Chandramohan sending his helmet back. Seems to be settling for a clearer vision. Let's see how it goes. Sends it to short fine leg. Fielded there by Vinod Bhaskaran. Mohan Rangaraj bowling in the power play overs. Hit uppishly through the covers.
Boundary.
Surendra Chandramohan living dangerously. That gets 4 runs nonetheless, adding it to the Crescent's total. He needs to be a bit careful here.
I've seen Rohan operate only from around the wicket. I wonder if that's a tactic he needs to rethink, because that can get a little bit predictable.
Quick single scampered through. Manpreet Singh, good fit young cricketer, calling his partner through for that run. Yes, Rohan Rangaraj, I can understand when he's bowling with a slightly older ball coming around the wicket.
Scorers.
But with this new ball, it's going to be skidding through. Might be worth coming over.
A little away from you. It's your center. So bowler coming right arm over to you. 2 to come.
Narayana Mohan, the umpire there, equipped with the
2.
belt mics. Manpreet Singh straight away using his feet, looking to rotate the singles. I think that's a much smarter way to go about it. There's a lot of time left in this innings. Straight away, dances down the wicket, hits it past mid-off. Excellent shot
Stay over.
for 4.
That was controlled. He didn't try to overhit the ball, got to the pitch of the ball, put the ball in the cap. Straight away you can see that a batsman of some quality has come out into the middle.
SG Crescents 30 for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of 5 overs. Like you correctly said, the key word there was control. Helmet comes out for Surendra Chandramohan once again. Looks like Irfan Nasir there doing the duties with the drinks.
And somehow I get the feeling, Jamal, that Surendran has made up his mind to really have a go at everything that is sent down at him.
He should be a bit careful, but that's the way he bats, and as long as he backs himself, it will do well for the Crescents.
You're right, Jamal. You're right. I think, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Almighty heave, no shape whatsoever there for the batsman.
Yeah, Surendra Chandramohan there throws everything at it, including the kitchen sink and the neighbor. That was one hell of a shot and a miss. He needs to calm down a little bit. It might even be good for Manpreet to go down there and say, look, mate, calm down.
And look, Jamal, I don't think the bowler minds it because he's not really getting a good sight of the ball and then taking a swing. There you go. That could well have gone to hand, but it's in the gap. And it's 4.
Slashed away over the short third man fielder into the boundary for 4. Surendra will take it. Yeah, Kenneth Weisper wouldn't mind that very much. He always would feel that he's in with a chance to pick him up. And Surendra Chandramohan doesn't seem to be minding it one bit. He too seems to be thinking he's always in with a chance. Great competition here.
Yeah, but if it comes off, it can make for some great stroke play. Because this guy is capable of hitting the ball a long, long way. Is it getting on the helmet? Or was it the top edge?
Oh, that was definitely a top edge onto the helmet. Caught a short third man off yet again a no ball.
This is unbelievable.
That's the word I was about to say. Certainly unbelievable. And one for the over signal too. That too is unbelievable.
Was it the same umpire, Chamal, who called him for no ball twice or thrice in the last game?
It was from the same side. Can't remember that it was the same chap in the umpire's jersey. But Kenneth Weisfer will be utterly disappointed. Once again, a free hit given away. The field slightly changed. For the experienced international to be bowling 3 no balls in 3 overs, not ideal. That one, once again, darting down leg side. Manpreet Singh manages to get a bit of pad onto it. He would feel unlucky with the fine leg up. Missed out on that one.
Yeah, I thought that was there for the taking. All he had to do was get a bit of bat onto that and that would have been flying away. He's really steaming in now.
Slight misfield there. Short mid-wicket by Prasheen Param, enabling the batsman to cross through for a single. It's all happening here at the IA. If you're anywhere nearby, do come down. Excellent action here. Runs, wickets, no balls, free hits. It's all happening.
And I'd say the Crimsons marginally ahead at this stage, simply because the Crescents are 2 wickets down. This time he gets bat to ball and it's gone all the way.
Yeah, poor delivery. Heading down the leg side, Manpreet Singh helps himself to an easy boundary. How crucial will that no ball be? The final equation. Surendra Chandramohan, a dangerous batsman. You would not ideally want to give him a second chance. Once again down the leg side, wide signalled. Kenneth Weisfer is having a shocker here.
I'd be very surprised if he's called on to bowl the next over now, because this has been a really long over. No balls, balls down the leg side, wides. And I think it's let the Crescents off the hook just that little bit, and they wouldn't be too happy with the score of 43 at the end of the 6th over. There's one more ball to go.
Neatly in behind that. And also what it has done is allowed Manpreet Singh to quietly settle down.
And he looks like a pretty compact batsman.
So very good player. At the end of 6 overs, Crescents 43 for the loss of 2 wickets. That's the end of the power play. And it's even keel here. Nothing much in it at all. Big shout out and a thanks should go to the sponsors, Mariners, KTP Exports, without whose support such tournaments would not be possible. It's a great spectacle and a great show put on by the Singapore Cricket Association, giving a chance for the youngsters to mingle with regional stars and international players. Some good quality cricket being put on here. We are about to get underway. Rohan Rangaraj continuing from the Serangoon Road end. And this would now be interesting.
And we could well see either some really big shots or even see a wicket now.
I think Surendra seemed to have settled in. Punches the single down to long on. Brings Manpreet Singh on to strike.
I say wicket only because Chamal Surendran is in that zone where he believes that he can actually see the ball well, and he'll look to have a go at as many as possible. That gives a chance to the bowler.
Manpreet Singh neatly working it to deep mid wicket. It's a very good player of spin. Dances down the track. Compact player. Very fit player. Inside edge. Short fine leg. Results in another single. That could have so easily been chopped on. I tell you what, Surendra seems to be in that sort of a mood. He's even got his favorite pads on, the Red Riding Hood pads.
That's interesting, Chamal. What are the Red Riding Hood pads?
Manpreet Singh punches to long on. Yeah, I mean, the Crescents seem to be in their fire orange. And the orange clads on the pads there, except Surendra Chandramohan either did not get the memo or he seems to be sticking to his lucky pads.
White ball.
That's a bad one.
That
Way outside the off stump.
Yeah, massive wide signal there.
That's when the bowlers get a little bit nervous. When you've got a batsman like Surendran charging, you don't want to be in his zone.
Beautifully played. Glided down to third man for a boundary. That's a shot with a touch of finesse, mixed with that brutal power hitting game.
And Rohan this time doesn't want to give the ball air. Wants to keep it flat, but with third man up, all the batsman had to do was get a bit of bat to it, and it went like a bullet to the boundary.
See over.
Once again, Surendra trying the similar shot, results in a dot ball.
Guys, please go. Did you even ask for it?
Yeah, last over.
You know, Chamal, I can't get this thing in 2020 cricket about the drinks coming into the field as and when the batsmen want it. I mean, I've seen test match cricket, 5-day cricket with players batting on and on without ever calling for drinks in between play. And there were drinks every 1 hour, and there was lunch and tea.
Yeah, the luxuries the modern day cricketer has, I guess. They have everything short of a butler. I think the senior umpire there, Narayana Mohan, got rid of the 12th man and the drinks very quickly there.
You got batsmen coming in and barely spending 10 minutes and calling in for water. And you got players coming in so many times during the course of the day's play.
The change in the bowling, Vinod Bhaskaran replacing Kenneth Weisfer from the Balestier Road end. Drifting down the leg side, seem to have got a little bit of padding to it. Neatly behind it. Cut off at short mid-wicket. Vinod Bhaskaran, very accurate bowler. Doesn't give much away.
8th over and first 2 balls are dot balls. Great start for Vinod.
He'll be disappointed with that, conceding a easy single of his own bowling. Manpreet Singh would be rather pleased. Punched into the covers by Surendra. Neat bit of footwork there by the Kenneth Weisfer, keeps it down to a single.
Played away to extra cover and 1 run to Manpreet. It's 55 for 2. 7.5 overs gone.
Good even battle going on. Well bowled there by Vinod Bhaskaran.
Great over. Really good over by Vinod.
Just conceding 3 runs, including the misfield. At the age of 8 overs, Crescents 55 for the loss of 2 wickets.
But I'll tell you what, I think they'll be happy to see Surendran still in there. Because if this guy can get hold of a few, he can hit the ball a long, long way. So I don't think Crescents will mind the score too much at this stage.
There's a good partnership building up as well. 34 of 24. The captain Manpreet Singh still in. And the fiery Surendra Chandramohan still in there. There we go. The caps are changed. Looks much better.
That's one change in bowling.
And I hope with that
That's your leg
fielders
stump.
coming in and the 12th man running in
Bowler
time
coming
and
right
again
arm over to you.
stops, that doesn't make for very pleasant viewing.
Looks like Pramesh Singhavia. He bowls a mixed bag. Off spinners, leg spinners, carom balls. Has good control over it. Tall off spinner. Drilled away to deep sweeper there. Manpreet Singh. Chetan Suryavanshi there doing the patrolling at the sweeper cover boundary. He seems to be having 2 caps on. Oh dear, close. One thing I'm really impressed about this youngster, Pramesh Singhavia, is his accuracy. He's not giving much away to the batsman. Punched away into sweepers. The batsman running the first one hard. Looking for the second. Kept down to a single by a good bit of fielding.
And what does he bowl, Chamal? Is he a finger spinner? It doesn't seem to turn the ball much, but has a good control over line and length.
Yeah, he's a bit of a leg spinner, but he bowls a mixed bag, as I said. Bowls offies, tweakers, carom balls. And that's a good bit of running. Good bit of fielding, good cricket all around. Ran the first one hard.
So a bit of a partnership developing for the Crescents, which is good for them.
This is a very good partnership. Would calm down the nerves in the dugout and also takes them deep into this innings from which they can launch towards the end, having wickets in hand.
Well bowled.
Manpreet Singh steadily progressing to 15 or 14. A good strike rate. Once again hits his marker at long off. Banks the single. Tafara Chingwara doing the patrolling at the long off boundary. And the end of 9 overs. Crescents are 60 for the loss of 2 wickets. Yes, this is once again great tournament, allowing under 17s, under 19s, as well as the national players to showcase their talents. This is very good batting, very good bowling. Punched away to sweeper. Not much room given. Good bit of footwork. Good execution. Good cricket.
And ever since Manpreet has come in, he's not gone hell for leather. He's been going for the ones and twos, and you can see the result. They've got a score on board.
That's blasted down to long off. Prasheen Param doing the fielding. Keeps it down to a single. And he's wringing his hands. Surendra packs a punch.
It's been a while since a boundary's been hit. Jamal, shows how well these guys have bowled.
And as we speak,
Great shot.
Manpreet Singh dances down the wicket and hits it inside out through deep extra cover for a beautiful boundary. That was a high quality shot.
I mean, it's great to see lofted shots over the infield and clearing the boundary, but when we see a quality drive through the covers, very little to beat that in cricket.
Yes, that's one of the toughest shots in the game. The inside out extra cover drive made it look easy. Once again, punched away to long on for a single. It's very interesting to see Vinod Bhaskaran bowling. When he bowls the regular left-arm orthodox delivery, he seems to be going a bit closer to the umpire. When he's trying to get it back in the arm ball, it seems to be going wider. Once again, tucked for room. Surendra Chandramohan backing away, looking to make some space. Gets away with that. Single to fine leg. At the end of 10 overs, the Crescents are 68 for the loss of 2. We are at the halfway mark of this innings.
And Surendran hasn't got anything in his hitting zone near his bat. The bowlers have been consciously pitching it slightly short of a length, so that's the reason why you can see Surendran 27 of 31. That's not a typical Surendran strike rate, but the good news for the Crescents is that he's still there.
Absolutely. And I think the more time he spends in the middle, the bigger a threat he becomes. Because Manpreet Singh seems to be doing the right thing, rotating the strike and also finding the odd boundary when it's required.
I think Manpreet's batted beautifully, hasn't put a foot wrong, and really steadied the innings.
Once again, I'm very impressed with this young under 17 bowler, Pramesh Singhavia. bowling a very good line and length. More importantly, bowling at the right pace, not allowing any pace for the batsman to work with. This is good intelligent cricket with execution. Punched away to deep mid wicket for a single. Here Pramesh plays for the Southeast Sharks, captains that under 17 team. Once again, it's a good bit of fielding at short mid wicket. Vinod Bhaskaran cuts a single. Once again, cut away to backward point for a single. Yes, the Singapore Cricket Association also parallelly hosting the under-17s and the under-14s T10 challenges. Premier League, once again, a great opportunity for the youngsters. He's bowled him. Surendra Chandramohan's vigil at the wicket ends as he backs away and misses it altogether.
And that ball was not there for the cut at all. That was well pitched up. That's the ball Surendran should have tried to come onto the front foot and hit over the top. But he chose to get onto the back foot and paid the price.
Yeah, he seemed to have had a bit of a brain fade. And that delivery, too straight to cut, backs away, only manages to get his timber disturbed. He should have looked to hit that straight back past the bowler. Crescents losing their third wicket for 70 in the 11th over.
And to be fair, Jamal, Surendran never looked really in control.
Yeah, he didn't look settled. That brings the very experienced Roger Mukasa, I believe. Yes, it is. Good all-rounder, good solid batsman. Manpreet Singh looking for that single, which is almost non-existent.
So it's 70 for 3 of 11 overs. Not a bad start. And if they get to about 150, I think that should test the Crimsons.
Absolutely. There's going to be a little change in the comm box as I will hand it over to Aiden and
Aditya
Rangaswamy from Botswana. Over to you, gentlemen.
Good evening to all the viewers out there. The Crescent's going along pretty nicely as Manpreet just knocks it there for a quick single there. Vinod. Okay. As he continues here from which end are they bowling from at the moment? You Aiden?
I'm not sure what they're bowling
All right.
All right.
I guess
Yeah,
we'll
it's a
figure
good
that
ball.
out.
That's fired in pads.
Oh, good intelligent single there.
Yeah, good running there.
Yeah, lovely running there by Roger Mukasa and Manpreet Singh. Very important to keep the scoreboard ticking. I think Manpreet is going about the construction of his innings very well.
As we saw last match, they need to get about 150 because on this pitch, flat pitch, 133, or at the run rate they're going now, about 130, 140 isn't really a competitive total against the strong batting lineup of the Crimson. So they really have to look for quick singles and set up so they have a set batsman there to go for later on.
Definitely. bit streaky, and there's potential run out here, and he's gone.
Yeah, confusion in the wickets there. Horrible calling between the partners.
Oh, it definitely looked like the single was on there. Manpreet completely ball watching there. For sure. I mean, yeah, that's a single all day, every day. Oh, Roger Mukasa has to make his way back. Good awareness there by Charles Wisewa, if I'm not mistaken, the fielder, throwing to the bowler's end. And yeah, all business here.
Yeah, it looks like he just got thrown off by the fielder at short third man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The call was definitely on the non-strikers there. He's running towards the danger end.
Yeah, because if he went back, he would have made it safely, to be honest.
Big turning point in the match there. I think another wicket falls. That makes it 4 down, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, pressure right back on the Crescents here, because they'll be looking to set a decent platform to really kick on with wickets in hand. And the loss of wickets at key intervals here would prove a bit difficult. It's 4 down. Next man in, Ariman Ochil. Well, notoriously big hitter, big man, big personality.
Yeah, doesn't like to stay there very long blocking there. Looks like he's going to go for it. They brought mid-off back.
Would have been ideal for him to come in 14-15, but he's in maybe a bit earlier than he expected.
He's played a bit cross the line, but well played in the end by Manpreet Singh.
Oh, yeah. So the onus here is for Manpreet to really dig deep and get them going here. Lovely shot there.
Yeah, good fielding there just to stop the ball. Quick running there, took 2.
And that's ended the over. After 12, yeah, that was a single.
Yeah.
After 12, that would be 73 for 4.
I thought they took 2. Oh, I thought he hit it down there. Yeah. I thought he hit a deep extra down there.
If I'm, let's see, continuing from the top end. Call it the top end because I have no clue which end it is.
Yeah.
But
Okay, this is the top end. Oh, that's a massive shot, and that's gone for 6.
Tremendous shot, lovely shot there by Manpreet Singh.
Yeah, just flicked over the pads. Didn't just beautiful timing. Just yeah.
And it's come off the first ball of the over, puts pressure right back on the bowler.
Yeah, it'd be good to see how he comes back from this.
Lovely awareness here by Manpreet. He's just realized that the run rate was stagnating a little bit, just something to up the ante a little bit, get them right back on. This could be a key over here, you know, a couple more from boundaries here, and the Crescents are right back on top again.
Yeah, used the pace of the bowler really well, even though it's a spinner. It's a quicker ball. Played really well.
Good comeback there by Pramesh Singh Avi.
It's well played down the ground for a single.
Extremely well played. We know Ariman Ochil who would definitely look to play his strokes.
Yeah, field's gone back already.
He might look to get his eye in maybe. He's got about an over maybe to just knock it about and then probably give it a right good go. Oh, it's good areas.
Decently defended, yeah.
Yep. Lovely sort of ball. Neither full nor short. Just in that good length sort of area.
They just got to keep the runs ticking here, put up as high of a total as they can. Oh. And he goes for it. It's a massive shot. And it's out.
It's taken. Well.
He's gone for it, and he's out.
Yeah. Well, we knew the big strokes were going to come with Ariman Ochil.
We just didn't know where. And it's gone straight down the throat of cow corner.
Oh. Pressure right back on the
Yeah,
Crescents here.
Good catch in the end, straight into the lights, but well taken. And
Charles Weiser.
it's 5 for 80.
James Cox, if I'm not mistaken.
Guys, batsman in, guys. Come on.
New batsman in is James Cox.
Right, gentlemen, batsman in. Come on.
Should look to get a bat sponsor there. That's looking a bit too clean.
Come on, batsman.
I've had a look at James Cox in the nets. Another one of those batsmen that probably won't be hanging around for a bit too long.
Yes.
Or he will, you know. We can certainly expect a few fireworks from him.
Yeah, what they've got to do is just rotate the strike, just keep rotating the strike. I mean, it's only the end of the 12th over, the 13th over, and they can, once they get to about 15 overs, about 100, they really have a good 5-over platform to just go for it.
I couldn't agree more.
And that's well played, but and it's a single out to deep extra cover.
End of
And
the
it's
over.
the end of the over.
Lovely over there by Pramesh Singhavi. He's put pressure right back on the Crescents here.
Yeah,
As you mentioned there, Aiden, yeah, they just have to go through a period of stabilization. They don't really have a choice at the moment.
Yeah. In the last few matches, the teams that, when the player never went on to get 50 or 100, they generally lost. Like Arjun Mutreja played a really well-played innings of like 106 the other match. And that was the difference between the two sides. They had someone to stay there and play their shots. And if Mumbury can do that right now, there's a very good chance he'll be able to set up a really good pad for the rest of the match.
Definitely. I think in the previous T20 game, the first T20 game of this Mariners EPS Elite Player Series, Rohan Raghunathan managed to stick around, got himself a good 50 in the last match, and that proved to be the difference. I mean, he was the player that everyone played around. Granted, only 3 batsmen batted that day.
Yeah.
So but your point proving dividends there, where someone has to bat through. So Manpreet is going along well, and everyone has to find a way to bat around him.
Yeah. That's a quick ball, and it's a bit wide, but it's hit straight to point, misfielded, and they take a comfortable single.
Yeah. So naturally, the pressure is right on the Crescents now because Manpreet has to dig deep and stay in there. At the same time, it looks like the lower end and the tail here will have to, you know, play semi-aggressively because the total still has to tick on.
Yeah, it's
it's
quite a long tail here.
Yeah, absolutely.
They brought the field back again, so.
This is not a 130 pitch, as you probably know from the last game.
Yeah. Yeah, the pitch is really flat. You know, nothing remarkable. It doesn't stay low. It doesn't bounce extra. It's just straight, predictable. And if you hit through the line of the ball, it should really be easy just to take singles and get the runs you need.
Oh,
and he
James
goes
Cox
for it. And skies one, but it falls short of the fielder and misfielded, but they don't take the second run. And it's just a single.
Well, he's shown his intent straight away. Second ball goes for it. He's mishit it. His field is set for someone that's going to have a go here for both batsmen.
It's an important single. It gets Manpreet back on strike here.
Yep. He's gone round arm there with that ball.
And that was, in the end, very well played by Manpreet to flick it out for a single.
Rohan not really interested in bowling the loopier, spinnier balls.
No, it looks like he's just trying to keep the runs down here. And that's
Cox manages to hit it down the ground for another single.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need to do, just rotate the strike, and I think that's what they're going to try to do now. He puts his thumbs up to the dressing room. Looks like he's going in for the long haul here.
Yep.
Another single to end out the over. Good run, and it's the end of the 14th. It's 5 for 85. 5 for 86. Mesh back on for his final over here.
He's bowled extremely well. I think he's taken key wickets at crucial times here. And yeah, it's paid dividends here. He's really put the Crimsons right on the front foot here.
That's a really good ball. Oh, beautifully played by
Tremendous
Manpreet.
stroke.
Just comes down the track and just fluidly plays it straight through covers, and it's just beaten all the men. It's
Tremendous
just gone for
timing
4.
on that. Just an absolute gorgeous stroke.
Yeah, through the line, no bad slogging. I mean, that's what we saw earlier. They were just trying to come down the wicket and slog, but that was just perfect.
Real class sort of cricketers. Hours and hours of throwdowns in the nets, paying dividends there.
Yeah, pressure's back on the bowler. Should be a faster one. And it is, and it's cut away for a single to
Oh,
DX
they'll
recover.
be looking. Oh, and they settle for one.
Yeah. After that 4, I think that James Cox will be going for the big shot here.
That's your center. 4 to come, batsman.
Had brought the field in though.
So they are inviting him to play strokes here.
It's very well flighted up.
Oh, he's obliged him, and he's missed out on a low full toss there.
Yeah.
But he's done the important thing of getting Manpreet Singh back on strike.
Yeah, 3 balls left in the over for him to play. So it looks like he's going to go for these couple balls or just take a single. Oh, that's very, very well played and very well bowled by Pramesh.
Very
Just
tidy.
Flighted very well, just in the spot where it's hard to play. And in the end, well kept out by Manpreet.
Been very impressed by this young lad. He's bowled with tremendous maturity here. Oh, angles it into the pads. And they managed to get a single there. Leg buys is the call there by the umpire. Finish the over strong. And
Batsman's not ready there.
Yeah.
Yep.
1 to come.
Looks like he just needs some time to count to 11 here.
Big ball here.
Oh, it's a quick follow,
and
and
he's
out.
got him.
That's a beautiful delivery by Pramesh.
He's
Just quicker
gone-
ball,
He's gone completely wide on that.
outside off. He saw the batsman coming, and very, very well bowled in the end.
Cox looking for wide there, actually, even though he is stumped.
The over.
Looking a bit flummoxed by the umpire there. But in the end, a tremendous spell comes to the end. 3 for 21 after 4. And he's, once again, I mean, he's been the difference. End of
Yeah.
James Cox's innings.
He's really turned the match around for the Crescents here. He's taken wickets at the right intervals. He's bowled really well, great economy. And he's just tied them down because batsmen just couldn't stay in at one end. They were just falling all around Manpreet. And he's the only batsman that's really made a good contribution besides Surendran with 28. And he's not out now in 41 off 37. And it looks like now he's going to have to start going for it with the tail end batsman in here.
New batsman in Charles Weiswa. Really skillful fast-medium bowler, but he has a big job to do with the bat here. It's probably the difference between a half-decent total here and a full-on collapse here by the by the Crescents, rather.
Yeah, he's just got to really watch the ball here and make sure to get strike to Manpreet. Make sure not to get out, because if another wicket falls, you never know what will happen.
Starting to work our way into the tail here. The
Yeah, we are in the
Crimsons will
tail
be
now.
on cloud 9. They've bowled extremely well. They've been very disciplined, and yeah, we know that they have the batting ability to chase down the low total. Vinod Bhaskaran is back into the attack.
Yeah, good economy of 4.67. Looks like he's going to keep trying to tie him down. They brought the field back. Looks like they know that Manpreet doesn't want to start taking singles anymore with the 15th over. With 5 overs left to go, it looks like he's going to start going for it now. It's quicker on the pads and punch straight back to the bowler.
It's a pretty attacking field for the 15th over here. He's gone 5-4.
He can afford to be. If they get his wicket, it's well played in the end and just cut out to deep covers.
So I think he's received instruction from his captain to bowl wicket to wicket here, kind of you miss, I hit kind of bowling here. He's gone and he said the total's a bit low. Go on, son, have a bit of a crack, 5-4 field. Yeah, if they get Manpreet, that would probably be the
End of the match, yeah. So new man back in, and they've moved the field back again.
Still a
Resist the
5-4 field
temptation
again.
here.
Yeah, maybe draw Charles into a false stroke as well.
4 balls left. Looks like he should take a single here. And they get one, but not by conventional means.
Oh, I think they're going to get 2.
And yeah, they go for 2. And that's
Yeah.
really good running between the wickets. And bit of a misfield, but really well run in the end.
Big chop on there. So Charles Weiser, Tafara there is struggling with a little bit of a niggle.
Yeah, it looks like he dug his foot in the pitch a little bit when he was fielding that ball.
Just
It looks
needs-
like he's all right trying to run it out.
Yeah, no, he just needs the classic, just walk it off, mate. Oh,
Tries the same shot and edges another one.
oh, I tell you what.
This time just for a single, and looks like he's stubbed himself again in the dirt.
Knocking the bat in well. Inside edge, outside edge. Next one's down the middle of the bat. Gets Manpreet Singh back on.
Yeah,
4 of 4 this over, so big
Got-
shot is most certainly on the cards.
Yeah, they've got the field back though, so I have a feeling they're either inviting him for the single to try to get him on the last ball in the end, or they're just thinking he's going to go for the big shot. And
he
takes
walks
the single.
in the end.
Yeah, really well done. Just gives Charles Wisewell 1 ball to face and gives Manpreet another over next over.
What do you reckon Charles Weiss is looking at? Is he looking for a big stroke, calculated risk?
Well, I think with 4 wickets to go in 4 overs, I think he can afford to go for the big shot because there are enough overs left that Manpreet can shepherd the tail a bit.
Well, 4 runs will give you 9 off this over, so. Oh, short
And-
and wide, dot ball, good ball.
It's a very good ball, just goes past the toe end of his bat.
Ends up being a very tidy over. 5 runs from it.
Yeah, their projected score is 122 here at 6.12 runs and over. It doesn't look like it's going to be enough to set up a competitive total, but with their bowling lineup here with James Cox and Armin Uchel, it looks like they could pull it back, but they're going to have to bowl really, really well here. What do you think a competitive total would be here in the match?
I think the bowlers,
That will change
there's
in
certainly
bowling. Bowler
enough in
coming
it
right
for the
arm around
bowlers.
to
It's
you.
not
That's your centre.
100% flat, but at the same time, I think the batsmen are making it a lot harder than it looks out there. Definitely anything less than 150 is just not competitive at all, in my estimation. The Crimsons chased down 136 in 16 odd overs the last game, so I mean, it's going to take something special in terms of a bowling effort from the Crimsons. From the Crescents already. And it's gone round arm. Oh, he's timed it very well.
And it's gone.
And it's gone for 4 runs.
And it's gone for it's a beautiful
Tremendous
shot.
shot.
Yeah, just playing through the line. They're using his feet really well, just throwing off the bowler. He throws it off quick, wide, more like a half volley from a pace bowler, and just creams it through covers for 4.
Lovely shot. Lovely timing. Manpreet recognizing that, yeah, whether they like it or not, there has to be a level of acceleration now.
Yeah, 1 boundary away from 50 here.
He's batted extremely well. He just hasn't been aided by anyone in his team.
Yeah, that's 100 up for the Crescents too. Oh, and really well
he
played.
has
Yeah,
it
but in
done-
the air. Oh, and it
oh.
doesn't carry to the fielder.
Oh, he's
and
done
they
well.
take a quick single. That's a really good effort from the fielder there. But just in the end, doesn't get there, falls a bit short.
He's done well to not let that bounce and spin past him. Probably would have gotten another, would have got him back on strike there for 2. Big few balls here by Rohan Raghunathan. They want to just apply as much pressure as they can on Charles Weissway here.
Yeah, with lefty on lefty. Yeah, with lefty on strike, it looks like they're going to try to fire it into his pads here, and he does.
Oh, arm ball. He's kind of hit it like a tennis shot, top spinner.
And they're going for two. That's really good running.
Good
That's
running.
really good
Extremely
running.
good running there. So Manpreet clearly showing that he has some faith in Charles here, because I was anticipating that he'd want to face as many balls as possible, but not just yet. Still hungry to get the runs on the board.
Well, with 7 runs off 3 balls already, all they have to do is just tap a few singles around, and they've already got 10 off the over. So I think that's what they're trying to do here.
I think they might be looking for a quick single here. Just get Manpreet back on for the last 2. Oh.
It's a bit of a slog, but they get the quick single.
Yeah. Oh.
And it's misfielded, and they take another. That's another 2.
Again, intelligent running.
Yeah, it's poor backing up from the fielder,
Yeah.
but really good running, really good match awareness from the 2 batsmen there.
Well, you never know. They're inching their way towards something here.
2 balls left in the over for Charles Weissway to face.
Oh, he pulls out the reverse sweep.
It's a bit of a reverse sweep, misses everyone, and it's gone for 4.
Well, I mean, it's 4 runs.
It's not exactly what they wanted, but it was an effective shot.
There you go. I'm sure Charles won't really mind how it came, but it came. All of a sudden now, it's a good over.
Yeah. Coach looking a bit frustrated there.
Yeah, all of a sudden past that 110 mark. Projected total's gone up to 130.
Yeah, looking more and more competitive now, the Crescents.
They just need 2 more of these.
I think he's going to go for it again. 1 ball left in the over. And he goes for another reverse. Yeah. And it goes straight to the fielder, but they take a single. And Manpreet is not on strike for the next over. And it's the end of the 17th. It's 6 for 112.
A little bit of a cameo at the end, 19 of 12. They'll be looking to really accelerate, because as it stands, it's already the 2nd biggest partnership of their innings. So, yeah, Charles has come in. He's played a few strokes. Hasn't looked pretty, but so far, one of the more effective batsmen.
Changing the bowling here to Faraj Chingwara back into the attack.
He's bowled extremely well, kept it very tight, very economical.
He's got a bit of an ankle niggle here, but looks like he's walked it out.
Charles Weissway might like it with a bit of pace on. Probably won't have to really think about what he wants to do. Maybe put that reverse sweep away till the next over. But yeah, obviously a move here by the Crimson's captain Karabo Mutlanka to just get something. 1 more wicket here, you'd feel as though would rein in that total. You know, it's amazing what 3 good overs of high quality sort of cricket and run scoring can do for your total here at the back end.
Yeah, with the pace on the ball here, you know, runs could flow. There could be some really good overs, but it looks like he might be going to bowl a couple slower balls, because with the pace on the ball could really fly anywhere, because the batsman's just going to have a bit of a wild swing at it with only 3 overs to go and not that many runs on the board. So I think they should have a couple guys back just in case of the big top edge or the, you know, big flying edge for 4 down the 3rd man, because they have no one at 3rd man. And I can see a lot of runs going down there just from big slashes.
One thing's for sure, though, I don't think we'll be short on entertainment in these last 3, though.
Far in for his 3rd over.
Oh,
and he goes through
away.
a big slog. And he manages to get Manpreet on strike.
The most important thing he could do is get Manpreet back on strike. So Charles Weissway, 11 of 8, playing a little bit of a cameo, yeah. Now, big part of the innings here coming up here. What does Singh do?
Yeah, Manpreet just checking his guard again, making... He's going to look to go here. There's not really any other option.
2 away from what would be a very, very impressive 50 here. He's had to really hold the innings together to stop it from collapsing.
Yeah, only 13 dots there in 42 balls, so he's really been taking the strike over. Oh, and he's gone for it, and it's 6. That's
runs.
a beautiful shot. Just
Tremendous
straight
shot.
through the line.
Oh, I thought the fielding team were in business there for a split second, but he's hit it well enough. And that's his 50.
Yeah, it's a brilliant 50. The partnership goes to 26 off 14. Really important one.
Incredible 50.
And that's it's a really good strike rate from Manpreet Singh, with no one else in the team really going over strike rate of 100, not really getting going. None of them actually look comfortable at the crease, and he's really held at one end, just looked like he was batting on a completely different pitch here.
And now, 7 off the first 2 balls. All of a sudden, Crescents are really working their way right back into this match again.
Yeah. Oh, and he goes for it again, and it just falls short of the covers fielder.
Lovely slow ball.
That's really well bowled by Tafara.
Well, Manpreet having a walk nice and early, well before he's delivered the delivery.
Yeah, the bowler looking a little bit peeved. He missed out on the wicket there, but very well bowled in the end.
Well, brings Charles Weisler back on.
Yeah, they'll be looking for a wicket here.
Haven't seen many Yorkers yet, and I think maybe that's probably the ball to go to.
I think he's going to bowl a slower ball here.
Oh,
just right at him, and he goes for a big slog.
Heave-ho.
It's great running between the wickets. It's really good running.
Intent. Good intent.
And in the end, they comfortably get through for 2.
Well, 10 runs. It's paying dividends here. That he's trusting Charles Weisler to definitely play his part here. He's not looking to early. He's telling Charles, listen here, mate, got a job to do.
Really comfortable against the pacers compared to the spinners. And I think he's just going to go for the big one. Oh, he goes for the reverse lap.
It's a brilliant slow ball, by the way.
Yeah.
Just roll the fingers there. I think he went for it a bit too early. Keeps practicing that stroke as if he's done it about 1 million times before. But
yeah, he telegraphed the bowler a bit.
Well,
in the end, it's just a dot. So they'll be looking to close out this ball. So he probably here with 2 overs to go.
Oh yeah, for sure. Manpreet's probably told him, well, probably best if I face the first ball of the first inning. So
yeah.
I'm expecting a big swing here by
Charles.
Charles.
All 5 fielders back on the boundary. And he goes for a massive shot and doesn't hit it where he intended, but they get a single.
And they're okay. So even this deep in the innings, Manpreet happy to work the singles here.
Yeah, it's 18 overs up at 6 for 123.
And we're back again. Kenneth Weisler bowling to his surname's sake here, Charles Weisler.
Yeah. He bowled really well earlier on with some good slower balls. Economy is a bit high, but he bowled some really clever bowling at the start. Bowled a bit too many extras, 8 extras there with a couple no balls. But besides that, he's bowled really well, like with really good control.
Bowling, right arm
and
over.
it looks like he's going to bowl a couple slow balls for Charles here.
Bowler coming right arm over to you.
I think if he cuts out the extras, this will naturally be a good ball. He's got great pace variance.
Yeah, he's changed ends here, so he might have been uncomfortable with the other end.
Yeah.
See how he goes here.
Very intelligent bowler. Certainly a big moment in the game here. It's the difference between, I think they'll be targeting 140 here.
Yeah, he's bowling across the batsman here from this side. And it's a slow one. It's really
cut
good
across.
ball.
Oh, run out on. Oh, he's missed out. Oh, good backing up there.
Yeah.
Lovely backing up there.
That was a bit of a wild swing from Charles Weisler there, and got a bit lucky. And Manpreet Singh is back on strike.
Wasn't even in the frame there, so it needed the direct hit, but hey, fortune favors the brave there. Gets the all-important Manpreet Singh back on strike here. What can he conjure up?
Yeah, 11 balls left in the innings here. Ideally, need about another 20, 30 runs to set up a really competitive total on this pitch.
I'm going to make a bit of a bold prediction here. Slow ball by the bowler, Manpreet to walk down at it regardless though.
Yeah, it looks like he's might sky one.
Oh, he's gone quicker. I got it right with the batsman, and it's a wide.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, no.
That was badly executed by the bowler. Just a bit down leg.
Wide ball signal.
Yeah, that's not what they want at this point. They've bowled 20 extras here. Now that could have restricted the Crescents to 100 and really with no chance of a victory. But
Kenneth is guilty of almost half of those 20. He's bowled 9 now.
yeah. Just looks a bit uncomfortable with his run up there.
Just struggling with the line a little bit, but he's an intelligent cricketer. He can get right back on it here.
That's another quick
Oh,
one.
he's gone leg side. He's really dragged it, and they'll be looking for 2.
But
they've
they don't
settled
come
for
back
1.
for it. And that leaves Charles Wisewater to face 4 balls. So Manpreet really does trust him here
Yeah.
in going for it.
Big 4 balls here. Big 4 balls. He's got to keep his plan very simple. Either he's taking a single, getting Manpreet Singh back on, or he's going for the big shot. I don't think there's any real in between there.
Yeah, they've got 10 balls left. 10 balls?
10 balls left.
Yeah, they've got 10 balls left. There's not really any harm in going for it now. They've got 4 wickets left in the shed.
Blue ball gets them to 146.
And he goes
It's
for
gone for
ramp.
another ramp.
And that's a and that's a bit of a unique shot there. Doesn't get close to the ball at all.
Oh, his skipper's going to have a word with him.
This looks
Probably
like-
tell him, mate, put that one away.
Yeah, it looks like he's just flicking the air there.
Yeah. He's gone for the worst possible one. I mean, that was there to dab down maybe for a single. Or, just swing through the line and then hope for the best.
Yeah, even a little edge on that would have taken it for 4.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
another
it's real
wide-ish
wide.
ball.
Has he gotten away with it?
Looks like he has he?
Oh,
And it ends up a very, very good slow ball by the bowler. And that's another dot. Manpreet Singh just going down to talk to him. Really need the single there.
2 on.
They really power through these last few balls here. They could end up with competitive total, but it's looking more and more unlikely now.
Countryman to countryman here, so I'm sure they faced each other a few times in the nets over the years.
Yeah, he might know what's coming here.
Yeah.
Looks like he's thinking about bowling a faster one here. That's what I'd do.
The pace on seems like it'd be an easier ball to face, though.
But he's not expecting it. I think he is expecting a slower one, so he might be waiting for the ball
Oh,
a
it's
little
a slow
longer.
ball, and they get the single in the end.
Yeah, he was expecting it. Just stay there on the back foot and just punched it really lightly
Yeah.
for a single.
So 5 balls up.
Yeah, it looks like Manpreet's just going to take another single here. He won't want Charles Wisewater on strike for the next over.
Well, if he's going to keep scooping the air, and then yeah, most definitely not.
Nearly hit wicket actually, that one.
Fine leg comes up. Interesting field here.
Maybe trying to encourage him to ramp.
Oh yeah. So they've just got standard deep square, cow corner, long on, long off, and a sweep out, telling Manpreet that yeah, you're not going to get a boundary downtown.
Looks like he'll just go for the single here with long on and long off in place.
Oh, he's
And he
decided to
goes
go
the
for
big
it.
shot and it falls just short of the fielder.
Will they go
And-
for 2? Yeah. Oh no,
No,
they've
they
decided
don't.
against it.
And Manpreet stays on strike. He's 57 off 46, and it's the end of 19th with 1 over to go. It's 6 for 128.
Tafara Chingwara back into the attack to finish off.
Yeah, they'd be going for this over. They need about 15, 20 runs here to get a competitive total.
One of these first 2 balls has to be a boundary, you feel.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to clear the fence here. They've got 2 men on the boundary, but I don't think that matters. He's just going to go as straight as possible because with the short boundaries here, Straight option is the most viable boundary option.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even a mishead will generally travel for 6.
Yeah. And Tafara generally doesn't bowl too many slower balls, so he'd be expecting a lot of pace on the ball.
I'm thinking he'd be hitting the deck still.
But it'd be easier to time and go for it than if you didn't know about the slower ball or not.
Again, we haven't really seen any Yorkers being executed this match at all. So that for me, I feel even if he does miss it and gets it into a low full toss, those are always difficult to get away.
Yeah.
Might be an option to explore. It's the name of the game in T20 cricket, if you ask me. I myself didn't bowl too many in my last game, but on wickets like this where it offers so little assistance for bowlers.
Yeah, if you want to bowl quick, you really got to get in the Yorker, get as much pace as
slow
possible.
ball, half tracker.
They go for the single. I think it looks like it's going to be a run out here.
Gone,
and he's out, and that's it. Manpreet Singh is out for 57. Bit of a wild swing there, trying to clear it down the ground. Really well bowled in the end, good channel. And just a bit of confusion between the wickets, and great celebration from Tafara. They know how much that wicket means to them.
Although the run was actually on, I'm a bit surprised Charles was so eager to get up there. It felt as though Manpreet had to face the bulk of those 6 balls.
Yeah. It's a similar run out to the one before where he ran out Rohan Mustafa.
It was Roger Mukasa.
Roger Mukasa. And he just looked a bit freaked out by the point being so close in place, and he didn't really feel like there was a single on target, on a single that was there. So it's 2 pretty similar runouts.
Next batsman in, Amjad Mahboob. So I think it's safe to say we're firmly in the tail here.
Yeah. 5 balls to go, there's no question about it. They're going to go for it with 6 men down, 5 to 6-5, 5 men on the boundary.
Is Charles going to pull out the scoop again?
Well, he's not on strike here.
He's got to put it away. Just go hard and straight and hope for the best. Oh, short. Oh, good short ball.
That's really well bowled. Batsman doesn't know anything about it.
Oh, he had to stay in line and he had to keep his eye on that ball. He would have been right in line to hit that one, but probably needed Manpreet to face that one.
Yeah. Actually, just needed to get any little bit of bat on it. It would have flown somewhere. And
top edge would have, both third man and fine leg in, top edge would have done the job as well.
Looks like he's going to go for another one here. And he does. And it's another slower short ball this time.
Slow short ball.
And
intelligent bowling.
Yeah. And this time they don't try to run themselves out, and they stay on strike. There are 3 balls left.
And like that, that's 3 dot balls in the over. And a wicket, so, these next 3 are big. It's the difference between a half-decent total and a mediocre one for me. Oh,
and it's another short ball, and it's actually really well kept in the end by the keeper, going to the leg side.
That's 4 dot balls in the over here.
Yeah, and just adjusting himself well and getting back in position.
Tafara going for the tactic of if it's not broken, don't fix it. Short ball seems to be working wonders, nothing going away.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to bowl 2 more here. The batsman doesn't have anything to do with the short ball. He just doesn't know anything about it. Doesn't look like he can put it away. Doesn't look like he's comfortable against bowlers. But
I'll keep that in mind. I have to face Uganda this May. Another one. Really
he just gets a little bit of bat on it. Yeah, gets a little bit of bat on it. Played it really, really late there, and they just scamper through from a single.
He had to get something on it. A maiden in the last over would have been criminal. So last ball here, Amjad to maybe give some impotence to this innings. A really big stroke. Well, what else is there to live for?
I think he's just going to go for it here.
Yep.
But I feel like it's going to be a bit of an edge down to the boundary.
That will probably be the best result.
Yeah, another short ball coming here.
For sure. Oh, he's gone
pitched it up.
They've gone for the single, and
that's really good running
safe
between the 2 batsmen.
Good running.
Edge out another run there, and they finish
with a bye.
With a bye, yeah. It's 7 for 130, and that's the end of the innings.
Good evening, and I have of KDP Exports, one of our premier sponsors. Thank you for your time and joining with us. What has been your experience of the EPS 2019 thus far?
Thank you so much for having me here. Singapore Cricket Association is doing a fantastic job promoting cricket amongst youngsters and getting these international players to participate. We are very happy to be assisting in a small way to be a part of this tournament.
KTP, as I know, it's a trading giant that deals in commodities, energy products such as coal, and then also coffee and so on. So what drove your attention to sponsoring cricket and being such a great supporter?
No, because see, we saw how people of Singapore Cricket Association spend day in, day out promoting sport in the country. People like Saad, people like Mahmood Bhai, you know, they've put in a lot of effort to get the youngsters up the ranks. So we, in our small way, whatever we can contribute, you know, we would like to be a part of that.
And how do you like the atmosphere here at the Indian Association Cricket Ground with the lights being switched on, night cricket being played in Singapore? How does this augur for Singapore cricket?
See, this is one of the few times that I have been here. The standard of cricket is exceptional, the atmosphere blissful. I think more and more people should come and attend, you know. More and more people should come and attend.
Yes, I've saw that you're watching the cricket eagerly, and with so many international stars and regional players playing, how do you see this as an opportunity for Singaporeans to improve their cricket and also play an intense form of cricket?
Now, over the past, let's say, 5 to 7 years, Singapore has steadily grown up the ranks, okay, under the guidance of Mahmood Bhai and Saad Bhai, okay. So this is another step towards nurturing young talent to go further up. And I think if people come and actually watch what the level of cricket is being played here, they'll be extremely surprised, you know.
And tell us a little bit about how KTP plans to be involved and support Singapore cricket going forward.
I think we should aim at maybe having the World 2020 in Singapore maybe 8 years from now or 10 years from now, you know. So we would like to be part of that journey.
What a wonderful vision. On that note, Mr. Randy Bansal, thank you very much for your time and thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Right, we are about to get underway live here with the Crimson's chase. Once again, they seems to be chasing 130 runs for victory, or 131 again to be precise.
And I think pretty much the same set of batsmen out there in the middle. And Rohan Rangaraj in particular will be high on confidence, fresh from his 50 in the last match. They go about the task the same way they did.
And Kerabo Motlanka, the skipper, he'll be looking to get some runs. And the Crescents have entrusted the first over to the experienced campaigner Amjad Mubab. He'll be looking to strike early.
That's really the key, couple of quick wickets. Like in the previous game, no way the Crescents can win without getting wickets. Defending this total is going to be very tough on a ground of this size.
Yes, there seems to be a slip in. Manpreet Singh looking for those early wickets. Yes, they'll also have to keep the extras down and really look at bowling tight lines and lengths. Kerabo Motlanka on strike. Amjad Mubab will be bowling the first over, commencing proceedings from the Balestier Road end. Deep third man and deep fine leg are the boundary riders, and we are about to get underway here.
Amjad Mehboob getting on a little bit, put on a bit of weight since the time I saw him last. That's a nice line to start off with.
Yes, good first up delivery. Beats the outside edge of Kerabo Motlanka, the Botswana national captain. Yeah, Amjad seems to have put on a few pounds.
And they need a bit of luck now, Chamal. That could so easily have taken the outside edge and flown to first slip.
A safe pair of hands. Aditya Ditra at a wide first slip.
Oops.
Amjad pulls up there. Seems to have lost his footing a little bit in the run-up. And in the process, goes right through the wicket.
And as a fast bowler, when you have a little niggle, it's not easy.
Once again, good delivery outside the off stump. Rising slightly higher than Motlanka expected, but he'd feel that he'd missed out on that opportunity to cut it away.
That was short, that had room in it. Batsman could have so easily have put it past point. But you can see the difference in pace between the quick bowlers from the Crimsons and the Crescents. Much better ball.
This is an excellent start by Amjad. Seems to be content to roll those fingers either side of the seam. Two off cutters followed by a little leg cutter. But this time slightly too close to cut.
And this guy is capable of bowling quick, Jamal, and looks like he's warming up to the task.
And also he seemed to be, he have decided that this is the right pace to bowl on this wicket. If you're trying to bowl and give too much pace, you'll be assisting the batsman.
Well bowled again.
Yes, that was bowled slightly quicker. He bent his back on that. And by contrast, allowed the batsman a single.
And good thinking on the part of the batsman. I think the non-striker responded well. Good call by him, by young Rohan Rangaraj, to get through quickly to the other end. Good thinking.
Yes, he's feeling very confident after his innings 2 nights ago. He'd be hungry for the strike. It's wonderful to see youngsters such as Rohan Rangaraj shining on this platform.
I think he'll still be looking to do exactly what he did the last time round, look to carry his bat through the innings, look for the ones and twos, not the kind of batsman to go for the big shots early on, likes to play himself in.
Yeah, both of these players, Amjad and Rohan, playing for IA, they know their games.
Oh, that took off.
That was a magnificent delivery.
Out of nowhere.
He's bowled some very good areas thus far. That one hitting the seam, moving away. That was a very good delivery. That too to a man in form. That shows how good that ball was.
Yeah, so Amjad was steadily building up his pace through the over. And the fifth one was absolutely unplayable. Keeper collected it somewhere near his shoulder. And here is Amjad coming in for the last ball of the over. So far, a very, very good over indeed.
He is tucked away there to wide third man for a single. Crimsons 2 for the loss of no wickets at the end of the first over. That was a very good over by Amjad. Looks like the Ugandan international, Charles Weisfer, from the Serangoon Road end. Bowls left arm medium. Once again, a very accurate bowler. Crescents will be looking to their new ball pair to pick up some quick wickets.
And the other Weisfer, his namesake, was the new ball bowler from the Crimsons. And this should be good. I'll tell you what, Jamal, these guys will be looking to get Rohan's wicket early on because they need his wicket. They need Rohan back in the pavilion to make a good fight of it.
Yes, Karabo Montlanka has been struggling with his form. On the contrary, Rohan Rangarajan has been very fluent, so they'll be looking to see the back of him rather early.
Compact in defense. Good ball, well played.
It's good cricket. Charles Weiss was straight away on the money. He's bowling wicket to wicket. I had a chance to have him in the com box the other day. He's a very intelligent cricketer. Good head on the shoulders. He seemed to be thinking wicket to wicket is the way to go on this track.
Oh, that could have so easily been all over for Rohan. He got his hands to it, right through them, all the way to the boundary for 4.
Yes, that was the chance the Crescents were looking for. And it looks like Shahrukh Dar there, fielding at mid-off. He seems to have made a meal out of that. Dropped the chance. And worse more, conceded a boundary.
Well bowled.
Yes, this is very good cricket. Straight after the boundary, looking for the quick single.
That's what Rohan's been doing so well, isn't it, Jamal? Ones and twos right through the innings.
Yes, I think the understated single is the absolute gold dust of a batting innings.
Chasing smaller totals sometimes can be tricky. And if the batting side can keep their wickets intact and the scoreboard taking with ones and twos, that's the way to go about it.
Yes, absolutely. They seems to be employing a gully to Karabo Montlanka. Now the gully is being pushed to a deep backward point. There seems to be 2 backward points. Seems to be a strategy here. And the ball has been glided to the third man fence for a 4. Exactly where that slip fielder was.
The plan seems to be pretty clear for Vaisva. He's packed the offside for the left-hander. Just 3 fielders on the onside, all the rest on the offside. The plan is to try and keep him to one side of the wicket. At this time, the batsman got it fine on the offside for 4. The outfield's very, very fast. Nicely played. That could be close.
Yes, once again, very good running between the wickets by the Crimson's unit. I had a chance to speak to their coach, Arjun Menon, during the break. And the morale and the camaraderie in the dugout seemed to be very high. And in particular out there, they seem to be playing an unchanged combination. It also helps the confidence of the players. The coaching, the selectors backing them.
There you go. Once again, Rohan doing the right thing.
Yeah, this is brilliant cricket. This is exactly the type of cricket that is required, and it's excellent to see the youngster executing. Crimson's at the end of 2 overs, 13 for the loss of no wicket. Well ahead at this rate. Looks like Amjad Mubab continues second over. The third in the Crimson's innings from the Balestier Road end. Manpreet Singh going to his trusted ace for that breakthrough.
Important that Amjad delivers this time. He bowled an absolute Jaffa in the previous over. If he can produce something like that, and if he can only get rid of Rohan, I think the Crescents will think they're in with a real chance, but it's important to get this big breakthrough. Pushing a man back to square leg. Is the short ball coming?
Yeah, he might even try to be selling him the short ball, coming in with a fuller, straighter ball.
Nicely played to mid-wicket, and it's off for another run. 13 for no loss of 2.1.
Yeah, the Crescent's 30-yard fielders also need to be awake to this fact. They're slightly too deep for my liking. They're conceding the single easily. And with only 2 players protecting the boundaries, at the moment, the Crimsons are doing it easy.
Oh, going for the uppercut.
Wide signalled.
And Amjad not happy.
Amjad seems to be rather dissatisfied with that call. Experienced campaigner might be knowing full well that it was a wide, stuck in that appeal there. Good cricket all around.
The batsman had both his feet off the ground trying to reach it.
Yeah, Karabo Motlanka is not the tallest chap in the park, and that went well above his head. It was a good delivery, well played, soft hands, guiding it down to third man. And the experienced Karabo knows Rohan Rangaraj is itching to get on strike, seems to be rotating it, putting the youngster on strike, keeping the egos well in his back pocket, playing a smart innings here. Great to see.
Mid-on and mid-off are up. So if it's slightly over-pitched, Rohan has a chance to go for it. That's way down the leg side. You could have got a bit of bat to it.
Yeah, good bit of fielding there by Charles Weisfer. Saves 2 runs for his side. Not the best delivery there by Amjad.
That is a leg by.
Going down the leg side, could have easily gone for 4, but goes for 2 leg buys.
Amjad's pulled in the fielder from deep square leg into somewhere near the square leg umpire, recognizing that Rohan's not looking to go for the big hook or pull. There is Rohan once again just dabbing the ball down to mid-on, taking off for a single.
Yes, I mean, the fielders inside the 30 yards. I'm sorry, this is not good enough. They're conceding an easy single to the Crimson's batsman, who seems to be rather happy to collect and bank it.
And this can get frustrating for the fielding side, Jamal, with the batsman not really taking chances, going for 1s and 2s. Deep mid-on and deep mid-off can never prevent the single. Coming up a couple of paces now, mid-off and mid-on.
He's in a situation where he can't stop the single and he can't stop the boundary. That's not a good place to be in. Brilliantly tucked away, Carabao Motlanka, doing just what the doctor has ordered for the Crimsons, allowing that ball to come in, playing it close to his body with soft hands, rotating the singles.
As you can see, that's the difference between the two sides.
Yes, the Crescents opening batsmen were looking to hit it out of the park. On this type of wicket, it's crucial that you have wickets in hand towards the end.
Yeah.
Then you can do it easy.
Yeah. And Rohan's waiting for the loose ball to play a really attacking shot. And if it's not there to be hit, he's happy to get the 1s and 2s. That's the loose ball. It's gone high and long and into the road for 6. Huge hit.
That was a magnificent hit. He bought his time, waited for it. When the ball was pitched up, he launched into that magnificent 6.
For a batsman of his size, he can really get some power into his lofted shots.
At the end of 3 overs, the Crimsons are 26 for the loss of no wickets, going along at a brisk pace.
That's a great start. It's taking some time to get the ball back. He's hit it that far.
Yeah, I did hear it pop onto the roof. It seems to have come back. That had frequent flyer miles on it. That went a long way. Amjad, the experienced campaigner, would be disappointed not finishing that over off strongly. But on the other hand, young Rohan Rangaraj showing him how it's done. 15 off 10 deliveries, Carabao Motlanka, 8 off 8.
And finally, Jamal, after 2 days of watching 2020 cricket, a really spectacular hit.
Absolutely.
That's what crowds come to watch. They haven't seen much of it the last 2 days, but that one was worth going miles to see.
Danish Shadab. Off spinner. Straight away seems to have gone around the wicket to the left-handed Carabao Motlanka. And the way Rohan is batting, it allows Carabao to get settled into his innings. Good first delivery. Not giving any room to the batsman. Once again, tight into the stumps, but good running between the wickets. Single, stolen almost. These two seem to have a good understanding between them, and as a result, able to rotate the strike almost at will. Once again, the Crescents 30-yard fielders leaving much to be desired. That was a good delivery, keeping it tight, bowling wicket to wicket here.
Good ball and well played. Rohan's giving the ball due respect. Enjoyed watching this kid bat.
He has intelligent cricket, a good head on his shoulders, a good positive player. James Cox there, doing the patrolling at short mid-wicket. And at the far end, could see almost some changes to the mid-off fielder. Once again, James Cox doing the tidying up. Rohan Rangaraj looking to hit the deep backward square boundary. At the end of 4 overs, Crimson's 27 for the loss of no wickets. Seems to be a change in the bowling from the Balestier Road end. Charles Weisfer has a change of ends. Comes on to replace Amjad.
Charles Weiswer batted pretty well towards the end of the Crimson's innings. Provided good entertainment with reverse sweeps and all kinds of innovative shots. Did a good job with the bat. The skipper backing him to give that breakthrough.
Yeah, he has a job here to do with the ball, especially having run the skipper out.
Oh, nicely played. That's racing away to the boundary.
That's a high quality shot. Karabu Motlanka reminded me of the left-handed Pakistani opener Amir Sohail with that dab. Allowed the ball to come in nice and close at the last moment, opening the face. Geez, left-handers do look good when they get it off.
The batsman had pace to work with there. That really was the key in that shot. Room outside the off stump, pace on the ball. That's all it took for the batsman. And again, but this time he chooses to dab it down and run that quick single.
Smart cricket here. Yeah, he's had a quiet outing so far in Singapore, Karabu Motlanka. Today he seems to be putting things right and displaying the repertoire of his stroke play. The way Rohan Rangaraj has batted has a lot to do with it. He's taken all the pressure away from the senior man, has really controlled his innings, and now both of them seem to be doing a great job in tandem here for the Crimsons.
Pressure is building on ever so slowly, and they need a wicket. They need a wicket really, really badly now.
Excellent little leg cutter there from Charles Weisfer. Beats the outside edge of Rohan.
So no fielders really in catching positions. So that's the dilemma, whether to attack or defend. And that's the problem with a low score like this. That's gone all the way and into the adjoining ground. Or just, yeah.
To add to the misery, a no ball has been signaled for the height. So Charles Weiswer will have to bowl that one again. Yeah, that was really a help me delivery, wasn't it? That was a meat pie. And Rohan Rangaraj, in the form that he is, says, thank you very much. I'll have an early dinner.
I think he's blasted it halfway into the Ceylon Sporting Club, soaring into the night skies, and a free hit coming up now.
He sent it well and truly into the opposite ground, into the Ceylon Sports Club, over the palm trees.
And he's cranking it up now, his second six, looking more and more confident.
The Crescents have only themselves to blame. When they were batting, they lost far too many early wickets. And now when they're bowling, seems to be giving a few gifts away.
Oh, what a shot.
Oh, that's a magnificent shot. Down on one knee, over, sweeper cover, all the way into the fence. This is some exceptional batting by young Rohan Rangaraj. If you're not here at the IEA, you are missing out on some very good batting.
Absolutely, Jamal. This guy can bat. He's got the big shots. He's got the deft touches. He can defend well. Really a handful.
He's showing the senior men how it's done. Once again, a little misfield there at backward point by James Cox, allowing the Crimson's batters to scamper through for a single. This is excellent batting. Rohan Rangaraj raced off to 28 of 18 deliveries. Karabo Motlanka quietly batting at a great tempo himself. Now that would not please the captain. That was a single gifted.
I think they saw that it was Amjad fielding there, and they knew they had the time to go through for an easy single. At the end of 5 overs, it's 47 for no loss. It looks as though they're carrying on from yesterday with yet another absolutely dominant performance.
Yes, they're doing the basics right, putting the loose ones away. Once again, work to deep backward square. Good running between the wickets.
Oh, that was close. That's out.
Oh, that's unlucky. Karabo Motlanka has been given out. He'd be disappointed.
Good work by the fielder there.
Got the dive in. Good return there. Kartik Subramaniam. Flat on top of the stumps. They've got their man.
And that really was the only way they looked like getting a wicket. But sometimes you need a bit of luck.
Absolutely. Crimsons were absolutely cruising up and until that point. Good slide in. Good return. And yes, Manpreet Singh has done the business there. That looked out. Karabo Motlanka would have been disappointed. Got a good start, but I think he's got himself to blame there. Young Prashin Param walks out to the centre. Another good young batsman with a good head on his shoulders. And this was the pair that saw the Crimsons through the previous night. They'll be looking to have a repeat performance.
Prasheen started off a little tentatively the last time round. And if they can get him out quickly and a couple of wickets after that, I think that's the time they'll start to think they're in the game. But if these two if they dig in, I think it's all over.
I mean, currently the Crimsons are going at 9.29 runs and over.
Nice start. Beautifully played.
That's a wonderful way to get off the mark. Short, wide. Invitation accepted. Cut away into the backward point fence for 4. It might also be worth the while for the Crescents to have a slip in there to the new man. You're looking for wickets.
Right. Playing and missing, well bowled.
Yes, and that's why we need a slip in there. Cut away to that backward point region that seems to be reinforced. 3 fielders.
Nice punch off the back foot. He'll get a single for that. But that's gone all the way. That's a piece of stunning timing.
Yeah, exceptional cricket. Prasheen Param hits the gaps. That was rather short ball onto his back foot. And once again, punching it to the boundary. This is a very good start in the power play.
And there are a touch of class, that shot. Nicely played again, and that's gone all the way.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say, but this bowler is dishing out some right arm over the wicket rubbish. Gets it on the offside, gets it on the leg side. That would give the captain a heart attack.
It's also quality batting, I thought.
In the form that these two are in, they would be scoring even off good deliveries. But if you serve them meat pies, they will gladly accept.
There has to be a change in bowling now, Chamal, and this really is the key. If this bowler is the loose link, and if these guys get to about 80 quickly, I think it's all over.
Yeah, Karthik Subramaniam, as we speak, seems to be coming on at the Balestier Road end. Manpreet Singh ringing in the changes, looking for that second breakthrough. Yes, and also the power play is over, so that will give them a bit more protection. Being able to have some more boundary riders out. But right now, that opening stand, what it has done, it has ensured that there is no run rate pressure on the Crimsons. And they can manage to rotate the strike, and the odd boundary will get them home.
And they'll be ruining the drop chance at mid-off of Rohan Ragarajan.
Powerfully struck there to covers. James Cox doing the fielding. Karthik Subramaniam, a good fighter. Always loves a challenge. Let's see whether he can pick one up for his captain.
Yeah, he's gentle, medium pace, so it's very important that he bowls a very tight line and length. For that shot outside the off stump, batsman missed out.
Yeah, Rowan would be disappointed he didn't bank on that. There's a deep third man, deep backward square leg, a long on, and a sweeper.
But sometimes batsmen can relax just a little bit against bowlers of the space.
This is very good batting. He seems to be switched on, and he doesn't waste too many dot balls. He always finds a way to hit a gap and get off strike. That's signs of a quality batsman.
It's got 31 of 21 balls, so that's a very healthy strike rate.
it also tends to ease the pressure on the dugout. Scoreboard keeps ticking.
Oh, that's nicely played. Very well timed. Should come back for two easily.
Yeah, good run in between the wickets. Good placement. Prashin Param making use of those long levers and reach to position it backward of point.
And the thing is, Chamal, none of these batsmen from the Crimsons have ever looked in any trouble. They got to get themselves out, if at all. That's what the other guy did by getting himself run out. They've been playing it very, very easily.
Yeah, that's a good delivery. Yes, I think the key to the tempo of their innings has been assessment of the conditions and having good situational awareness. They haven't really looked to blast the bowling, seem to be taking the singles, doing the basics.
Right.
And the Crescents have been also helping them with extras and boundary balls every now and then, and that really adds pressure.
That's a hopeful appeal.
Karthik Subramaniam never dies wandering, sticks in the appeal there. At the end of 7 overs, the Crimsons are 65 for the loss of 1 wicket. Prashin Param silently races away to 14. You can see the Crimson's worm seems to be getting away from the Crescents in a hurry.
Yeah, look, and the thing is, I see the batsmen are absolutely comfortable. I haven't seen one ball beat the bat or one quality, other than the one early delivery by Amjad.
Change in the bowling. James Cox coming into the attack from the Serangoon Road end.
No one's really troubled these two batsmen so far. So he just might want to put a close-in catcher in and try and get a wicket.
Yes, Rohan guides it to sweeper for a single.
These guys have to make something happen.
Crimsons are batting really intelligently. I feel disappointed he missed out on that. Prashin Param, as the full toss goes under his bat. Yes, well, the other hallmark of a good unit batting is that once they are on top, they will not give the opposition a chance to get back into the game. And in a 2020 format, that's so vital. Looking for a single, turn down. No damage done. The score remains.
Easily picking up the runs now, the Crimsons.
Is and for any youngsters watching at home, the way that Rohan Rangaraj takes a start and is also aggressive in his running between the wickets, he's looking for that single. Whenever he plays one, he looks for the first one very hard, runs between the wickets very hard. That is very important in any form of the game. Upishly played away to covers. I really wouldn't mind seeing that sweeper cover fielder come into the 30. We're looking to get 10 wickets here, build some pressure. But right now, the way things are going, the single looks almost too easy.
Absolutely.
That's a very good shot. Once again, guided to the sweeper. These two rotating the strike expertly. At the end of 8 overs, Crimsons are 69 for the loss of 1 wicket.
$69 for 1, chasing 131 to win. You somehow get the feeling, Jamal, that the Crescents are just going through the motions here, not trying to make anything happen.
And once again, guided to third man for a single. Yes, I mean, the way these two batsmen are playing, they're not taking any risks at all. They don't need to, and they've realized that. And they're not allowing the Crescents any opportunities to get back into this game. Solid cricket. You can see Rohan Rangaraj standing well outside the leg stump, asking Karthik Subramaniam to bowl either to his body or at the stumps, and that allows him to play that backward of point shots, given the fact that third man is back, collect the easy single. This is good thinking.
Swatted it down to mid-wicket for 4, split the gap perfectly.
This is very good batting. He's making the bowler bowl in his areas, and at the same time hitting the occasional boundary to make sure that the Crimsons are never behind. This is excellent batting. That really wasn't a bad ball, but Rohan Rangaraj manufactured that boundary. Yep, good call there by Prasheen Param. And that's another good sign. Calling nice and early, nice and loud, so allowing your partner to recover.
Just the loss of 1 wicket, that too to run out, that tells you the way these guys have shaped up so far. He's played and missed in that area umpteen number of times.
There's a huge gap there, and an easy single if he gets any bit of timber on it. But he has to watch out a little bit here as he exposes the stumps. Looks like the only way he can get himself out. If he just punches it, there's a huge gap between backward point and cover. Can easily collect a single.
Finally gets a touch to that and picks up that 1.
Arimanuchil doing the tidying up there, deep third man. It'll be interesting to see when he has a ball. Strongly built young lad will hit the deck hard. Right now somebody needs to stand up for the Crescents, put in an inspired spell, pick up 1 or 2 wickets. Otherwise, Crimsons are doing it easy. At the end of 9 overs, they are 73 for the loss of 1 wicket.
So far looking way too easy for them. That's James Cox. He's got a slightly unorthodox action, can make it difficult for batsmen sometimes, but his pace is rather friendly.
Is on this wicket, lines and lengths does matter as much as the pace. So James Cox bowls a gentle medium. He tends to bowl it off the wrong foot. Be interesting to see what lines he employs here. The Englishman from Nottinghamshire is very excited to be here, he told me. Let's see whether he can do a job for the Crescents.
Oh, beautifully played.
That's a magnificent shot. It's gone for 6. Great bit of innovation. Also showing confidence. More importantly, excellent execution. 6 over deep fine leg.
Three brilliant sixes for Rohan so far.
Yes, the Crimsons are now really giving it to the Crescents here.
Oh, he's blasted it through the covers for 4. That's racing away.
That was a magnificent shot. The sweeper cover fielder didn't have more than 3 meters to move. But I tell you what, he's hit it like a tracer bullet.
6 and a 4, and James Cock under pressure now.
Yeah, the Crescents feeling the heat, well and truly.
I think Rohan wants to finish it in a hurry now. Oh, didn't get a connection there.
Yes, this would be the time for Prasheen Param to do a bit of gardening down the wicket and tell his mate, we've collected 10 runs off the first 2 balls. Calm down. But then again, when you're batting like Rohan Rangaraj, just leave him alone.
Oh, he's picked it up easily over the top of mid-on, but it's trickling away to the fielder there at long on, and it's 1 for Rohan.
Yes, you can see it now in the body language of the Crescents fielders. Some of the heads are dropping, hands going on teapots. And these 2 Crimsons youngsters showing how it's done. Intelligent cricket. Prasheen Param solidly behind that.
You're right, Jamal. I think they've all but given up now.
That's a good delivery by James Cox. Executing the Yorker. The end of 10 overs, Crimsons are 84 for the loss of 1 wicket. Yes, that's the Singapore Cricket Association Academy. It's conducted here. Yes, the Cricket Academy by the Singapore Cricket Association conducted here on the weekends for the youth coaching and youth development. Kartik Subramaniam back from the Balestier Road end.
Good stop by Amjad on the boundary. Looks to me like Rohan's keen on finishing this off in a hurry now.
Yes, that was an excellent shot and a good bit of fielding, keeping it down to just 1. Long off by Amjad.
Play and a miss there.
Crescents seem to be lacking a little bit in intent. Still 46 runs in this game. They're not looking for a wicket at the moment. There's no slips. Fielders in the 30 are back. Too easy.
And they also seem to lack a genuine strike bowler, a wicket-taking bowler.
Worked easily into the leg side gap.
Come on. That was a giveaway.
Very poor bit of fielding, gifting another run.
And a sign that they're letting it really slip now.
The umpires seem to think otherwise and ask the batsman to change back as that second run has been nullified. Well, Rohan will be looking to get to his 50 here. Once again, very good running between the wickets. Prasheen Param calling through for that quick single. Crimsons have run the Crescents rugged here. They've really shown how it's done. It's been a very good exhibition of T20 batting. Not just the power strokes, the gap hitting, but the running between the wickets have been exceptional.
Very sensible and great match awareness. That looked pretty close. Bowlers pleading with the umpire, but could have been missing leg.
Is I think that was going down the leg side. The keeper was the giveaway there, but that was pretty close as Rohan, as Prasheen Param looked to guide that to the leg side.
Yeah, this could be the ball which takes Rohan to 50. Terrific innings so far.
Looking for that glide away outside off. The end of 11 overs, Crimsons are 88 for the loss of 1 wicket.
88 for 1 in 11, chasing 131. So that makes it 43 short in the next 9 overs.
There's not much run rate pressure. Once again, Manpreet Singh going to his experience international. Roger Mukaza been given the ball. He was bowling fantastic during the 50-over leg of this tournament. Let's see what he can do for the Crescents here. They badly need a wicket. Played away to the leg side. I really can't understand this because that's a massive gap. Just enables the easy picking of a single. And the Crimsons don't need to do anything extra. Rohan seems to be playing and missing outside the off stump. Last 4 to 5 deliveries. He might just decide to go back over the bowler's head.
Oh, smashed it over mid-wicket, but that's gone to hand. Oh, he's muffed it, he's dropped it.
I tell you what, the Crescents will be very disappointed, but who will not be disappointed is Rohan Rangaraj, back-to-back 50s.
Yeah, there is poor Amjad there. I don't think he got there in time. Was in the air for a long time, but couldn't get round and get underneath that one.
Yeah, not only did they drop the catch, but they also conceded 4 runs. That's a good bit of fielding of his own bowling. Roger Mukaza creates the opportunity for the Crescents to pick up the wicket of the inform Rohan Rangaraj for the Crescents field. Crescents fielders were not up to the task. With Aritra, I believe, they're deep backward square leg.
Yeah, I think that's the umpteenth time he's playing and missing outside the off stump, but we still got to stand up and applaud a great innings by Rohan. He's had a share of luck, but he's making sure that the Crimsons coast to victory here.
It's been a brave innings, 53 or 40, back-to-back 50s. He's really done the job for his team. Coaching staff and the entire team will be very pleased. A good partnership as well, 47 or 41 deliveries. The Crimsons are coasting here.
That's gone like a bullet.
That was a magnificent shot. Prasheen Param, tall right-hand batsman, elegantly leans forward, strokes it for a beautiful four.
Looks like a great timer of the ball. He had one back foot push that raced away, and now this great extra cover drive.
Is the long off fielder didn't have much distance to cover, but that went like a tracer bullet.
Standing well outside the leg stump. Well bowled, took the pace off a little bit.
I'm very impressed by the way young Prasheen Param has gone about things as well. Every time the Crimsons lost a wicket, he's come to the centre, calmed things down, and almost scored at a runner ball without being noticed at all.
Has a lovely touch with the bat, particularly strong on the offside. It's been great fun watching him. That was tight.
Yes, once again, backward point, gifting a single. It's great to see these youngsters put their hands up and grab the opportunities with both hands. Such a beautiful platform being presented to them. Playing with some quality cricketers in the region and all over the world.
I think Rohan will be eyeing deep mid-wicket there. Huge gap over there. But this time plays it down to long off for one.
Yes, they're playing this right to the plan. Arjun Menon, the coach, will be very pleased with the execution of the plans by his team today once again. It's a wide down the leg side. Good concentration to leave it.
They go to 100 of 12.4.
Yes, just 31 runs needed now. And that's been the hallmark of this innings. Even in a miss-hit, they managed to get a single. I, for the life in me, cannot understand why the 30-yard fielders are standing so deep.
Could just get to see a few big ones here. So nicely played down to third man for one. They're in no hurry, they can afford to do this.
Is at the end of 13 overs. Crimson's 102 for the loss of 1 wicket. Rohan Rangaraj gets a single off the last ball, make sure he's on strike.
Rohan's 55, Prasheen Param's 25, 102 for 1 in 13.
Yes, the previous over there was a drop catch, and that goes to show how crucial it is to have the right fielders in the right positions. And having your faster men, the boundaries.
Absolutely, yeah. The ball was in the air for a long time. The fielder was nowhere near it.
Roger Mukasa, he'll be still looking for that wicket. He's a fighter to the end. Can the Crescents do something here?
Oh, Rohan goes long and big, cleared the ground by a long way.
That's a magnificent shot.
For his 4th 6.
Rohan Rangaraj is in form. It's not one to let that one go. Dances down the wicket and deposits it over long on. 6. Crimsons are now doing it easy.
What amazes me, Jamal, is the ease with which Rohan's able to hit 6s. He's not really a big built fellow, but able to get the ball over the ropes so easily. There he goes again. This could land just in front of the ropes. Good bit of work there on the boundary. Rohan's back for 3.
Excellent running between the wickets. Good bit of fielding, good cricket all around. But yes, he seems to be a very fit young player. He's also just come out of military service. He seems to have strong wrists and a good timer of the ball. And Prasheen Param seems to be the thread holding this innings together, just doing what's required.
I love watching Prasheen through the offside in particular. Very fluent on the cover drive. Oh, the appeal. That's the problem when you're bowling round the wicket. The LBW is pretty much harder to get than when you're bowling from over the wicket.
His 14 overs. Involved in an expert chase here.
Balls back with Amjad Mehboob. Not sure what this is going to do for the Crescents. Game is all but over.
Yes, if the Crimsons do continue the way they have been, it should be a formality. But knowing Amjad, they'll be fighting it right to the end. It's been just too easy. Those singles conceded, backward point. The Crescents are being dished out an absolute hammering.
Amjad obviously is not at full pace. He's probably a little bit tired. And at this pace, it could give Rohan balls to hit out of the park. Short and well over his head, and that signal to wide.
Yes. The extra is also adding to the complications and the headaches of the Crescents. It'll be back to the drawing board for them.
They're looking for 2 and should be able to get it pretty easily.
This is excellent running, or rather poor fielding. I'm just not happy with that. Making his feelings clear to the fielder there. Asking him perhaps to stand a couple of paces in to cut the 2. But that was excellent running once again.
I think the batsman knew the minute he hit the ball that there was 2 in it.
Still, for the life in me, I cannot understand why the 30 yards fielders are standing so deep.
Right from ball 1. It's another easy single for Rohan as they inch closer and closer to that figure of 131.
The 2 batsmen seem to have assessed and gathered all these little inputs, and they're playing the game to perfection, whereas the Crescents players seem to be just going through the motions. I also haven't seen many Yorkers from the Crescents bowlers.
Should come back for 2 pretty easily here, putting the ball into the gaps nicely.
Very intelligent batting. It's wonderful to see the way this youngster is playing, constructing his innings.
He's run a lot of singles and 2s and must be a tired man.
Yes, this is where the fitness comes in. Seems to be a very young, fit cricketer. With all that running between the wickets, still going strong.
What a guy to have in the team. Bowls well, fields well, opens the batting.
So I think that's what really this tournament has done. Gives a lot of options for the national team to look at. The youngsters putting their hands up. And once again, this has been the story of the Crimson's innings and of the Crescent's experience this evening. Even the bad balls and the good balls, irrespective, going for the singles and the bows. Crimsons, at the end of 15 overs, 121 for the loss of 1 wicket.
And as usual, so many of these players, 12th man, all of them on the field. Yet again.
Yes, the umpires seem to be having a little chat to them. I think Rohan Rangaraj deserves a drink. Roger Mukasa continues from the Serangoon Road end. Just 10 more runs required. Plenty of overs to go. Now it's a matter of serving the formalities. Yes, now these two players would really be looking to finish the innings off, carrying their bats through. This will also give real confidence for the 50-over leg of the EPS.
I'd love to see a nice cover drive by Pranish and a 6 by Rohan to finish things off. But these guys seem to be in no hurry whatsoever.
Yeah. Even 8 singles would do. They seem to be quite content. Well, let's see. Rohan might have other ideas. Smart batting. We've seen 2 very high quality half centuries here today. The difference is Rohan Rangaraj. Good shot there once again. Shin Param. Once again, very good running between the wickets. Yeah, once again, Rohan Rangaraj carrying the bat through. That makes a whole lot of difference.
And just look at their intensity. Running 2, even at this stage.
Yes, the Crescents seem to be going through the motions here. Now it's a matter of time, just 1 stroke away.
.127 for 1 of 16. 4 more to get for victory.
Amjad Mehbab to bowl the 17th over from the Balestier Road end. Unless there's a drastic change of events, this might well be the last of the innings.
Some nice views of the Singapore skyline.
Yes, the Indian Association ground and the surroundings looking an absolute sight. Single tucked away to backward square leg. And even with only 3 runs required, the Crescents seem to be content, allowing those easy singles to be stolen.
So will Rohan Rangaraj finish this game off with a flourish? Good looking straight drive, but there's a fielder there.
Punch down to long on. Here Rohan seems to be content with picking up the singles. And I don't get the feeling that either of these 2 batsmen would be looking to give their wickets away. They're doing exactly what the doctor ordered. Solid finish.
And I think this was an even more emphatic victory than the previous one. They didn't lose a single wicket to the bowlers. Nicely played.
Right, the scores are level. And the opportunity to hit the winning run falls in the hands of Rohan Rangaraj deservingly. He's played a magnificent innings, and more like you rightly said, they have dominated the Stars. Beg your pardon, the Crescents.
Outplayed them in every single department of the game. Right, so are we going to see a big 6 here?
Rohan's a bit tired. I don't think he's going to throw his wicket away. But if the ball presents itself, I think he'll go for it.
Amjad seems to say he's going to teach this young upstart a thing or two. Still hasn't given up, bending his back.
Rohan has really shown his more senior players how it's done. Brilliant innings. Good cricket.
There comes the big swing over mid-wicket. Huge hit.
No ball, and Rohan Rangaraj finishes it off with a magnificent six. The Crimsons have thoroughly dominated and won this second T20, the Mariners EPS. We will join you shortly with the post-match presentation and thereafter with the 50-over leg on the Saturday weekend. Thank you very much. Good evening and welcome to the post-match presentation. We've seen a great chase by the Crimsons, and we have in the award presentation party Mr. Sadkan Janjua and Mr. Randir Bansal, the director of KTP Exports, who will be giving away the Man of the Match award. There was two excellent 50s, one by the Crescents captain, Manpreet Singh, but today's Man of the Match for his 72 of 57 deliveries and a back-to-back 50s, Rohan Rangaraj. Can I have the captain of the Crescents, please? Unlucky Manpreet, good chase by the Crimsons.
Yeah, the Crimsons played really well. I think Ranga played really well. Yeah.
1 for 2. 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 1 for 2.
What is the preparations now? The 50 over leg coming in next.
The preparation would be good. I think we'll be having a practice session after this, and I think we'll be going a positive way. There's a lot of games left, so there's no pressure. So we'll be back on the next games.
You got a beautiful 50. How was the feeling batting out there?
Yeah, it was good. I think first 50 in the tournament, so it's feeling good. Yeah.
Good luck for the rest of the games.
Thank you very much.
Now I'd like to speak to the captain of the Crimsons. Care about 2 in 2. How did it go?
Once again, another polished performance from the guys. I think it was a very good team effort again. And yeah, long may it continue.
At the toss, you said you prefer to chase, and the proof is there. Any particular reason for this?
It just purely went off instinct from the first game. I think we wanted to sort of challenge ourselves to do the same thing again. And well, I can't say enough about the effort the guys put in. I think we should really keep it up.
The Crimsons look a different unit in the T20 version. How is this going to be carried forward into the 50 version leg, 50 over leg?
We hope we can continue it. It was obviously a different format, which we didn't do too well at. So yeah, we just hope to carry the momentum. The spirit is higher than it was last week. So we just hope it can carry us. Yeah.
Congratulations. Good luck for the rest of the games.
Thank you very much.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen, from the IA. See you on the weekend for the 50 over version. Good night.
Singapore, let's play!
Singapore,
Let's play!
Singapore,
Let's play!
Singapore,
Let's play!
Singapore,
Let's play! Singapore, let's play!